Hey, it's Joe from the TestGuild, and welcome to the weekly news show for the week of July 25th. This show is dedicated to helping you kick your week off right with all the latest in automation testing, performance engineering, SRE, security testing, and DevOps-related news and updates that you need to know to start your week off right. So grab your favorite cup of coffee or tea, and let's do this. First up in automation news. So I was on Facebook, and I noticed that Oren Rubin posted that Testum is just announced that starting a few days ago, Testum is free for all small startups, maximum of 20 people. So companies with fewer than 20 employees can get the Testum Automate Professional plan for free. And if you qualify, you get the professional plan features along with 1,000 monthly cross-browser grid runs and unlimited local runs. The professional plan includes advanced features like API testing, email validation, pull requests, and test statuses that are important to scaling up your application. I actually interviewed Oren and more from Microsoft a few weeks ago on my TestGuild podcast about the need for tools that actually sit on top of open source solutions like Selenium or Appium to help you scale up your automation efforts easily. And one of the tools that Moore actually mentioned they use at Microsoft is Testum. So definitely check out this free plan and see if it applies to you. And to learn more about test ops and how tools like Testum can help you, definitely check out either my interview with Oren Rubin and more on my podcast. Just head over to testguild.com/A353, or I actually also created a blog post on it called What is Test Ops? I'll have a link to all these in the show notes down below. Also, the folks from Checkly are back on the news show with their release of a major upgrade of their headless recorder, an open source Chrome extension that lets you generate Playwright and Puppeteer scripts easily without coding. I think I saw this announcement on Product Hunt. And the Headless Recorder is a free and open source Chrome extension that records your browser interactions and generates either Playwright or Puppeteer scripts without coding, so you can easily record, copy, and run your scripts for testing, monitoring, or scraping. Cool stuff there. And once again, it's free. And once again, I actually interviewed the folks from Checkly as well on my TestGuild Automation podcast. So to learn more about Checkly and monitoring and the headless recorder that's being featured on Product Hunt, all you need to do, once again, is go to testguild.com/A330. Cool stuff there. And once again, it's a free solution you can try right now. In other news, not sure if you consider it automation related, I found it interesting, is that Microsoft has announced that the July 2021 release will have a Python extension for Visual Studio Code. So if you head on over to the marketplace, you can download that extension now. And I don't know why, it just seems like a lot of people are actually using the Visual Studio Code as an IDE more and more lately. So a lot of people that use JavaScript have been using it, and now it looks like Python is being added to the fold as well. So definitely, if you like Python, if you like Visual Studio, then definitely check out Python with the extension for Visual Studio Code. And finally, in automation news, as we've been talking about the past few weeks, is AI in automation. Just saw this article on the shift from continuous testing to autonomous AI-driven test automation. Goes into a little detail on, so it goes over why artificial intelligence and AI machine learning has transformed almost every sector it's been utilizing, and the testing industry, as we've talked about, is really no exception to this. You know, we've always talked about the importance of continuous testing for Agile and DevOps. But if you've been trying to do continuous testing for a while, you can know it's not really easy due to many factors like siloed automation, lack of end-to-end visibility of requirements, high-end volume of tests, and a bunch of other things. And so that's why they're making the case for why AI for continuous testing is going to be a thing. And it just goes over different ways and how it can actually help change testing in the different areas. It can help accelerate your testing efforts. All right, in performance and site reliability news, it's kind of a slow week. I didn't see much come in my way. And also, just so you know, if you have any news you'd like to be featured on the show, all you need to do is drop me an email at news@testguild.com. So the piece of performance testing news that caught my attention this week was on LinkedIn from Floyd Moodley on the business value proposition of performance engineering. It's a cool, quick article that goes over why performance engineering is so important, and how, as software scales in complexity, companies really recognize more and more the importance of performance engineering and testing are really essential parts of the DevOps process, and how you can use performance not only for speed, for other areas of software testing to really round out your performance engineering efforts. Really good read, so definitely give it a read. I think it's well worth your time. And last but not least, we have security news. All right, so I kind of dropped the ball on this. I don't know why I didn't mention it a few weeks ago, but you still have time if you're watching this before 11 a.m. Eastern time on Monday. DevSecOps Days is actually happening all online this year, and you can get a ticket either by donating or a free ticket by registering now. And like I said, if you're catching this before Monday, July 26th, before 11 a.m., I definitely would go ahead and register for this free event. There's a lot of awesome speakers here. I don't know if you don't know, but I usually run a TGNS07 conference every year, but this year I didn't have time. And plus, I'll be honest, wasn't a lot of demand. So if this is something you're interested in, if you missed TGNS07, you should definitely check out DevSecOps Days. A lot of Guild speakers will be there as well. So we have Andreas Grabner speaking and also Hassan. Both of them have presented at past Guild events. So definitely check out this awesome lineup and learn more about why DevSecOps is so important for your security and software development practices. And finally, in security news, really excited about this announcement. Not sure how many of you all are testing MQTT, IoT type devices. A new standard has actually been posted for testing IoT type devices. So the ETSI Committee on Methods for Testing and Specifications has recently completed a first set of 7 standards addressing the testing of IoT MQTT and COAP protocols and the foundational security IoT profile. What's really cool is these new standards help fill the gaps for the quality assessment of some of the most relevant communication protocols and system requirements of today's industrial IoT systems using standardized testing techniques from ETSI. And so it provides an overall test suite structure and catalog of test purposes for the constraint application protocol. It could serve as a reference to both client-side test campaigns and server-side test campaigns, as well as performance issues, security issues, and performance issues as well. I really think this is good news for the testing community. As IoT devices become more and more the norm, how do we test them? Standards are usually a good way to get started to find out, to make sure you're focusing on the right things. So that's it for security news. And if you have any other news you'd like me to share in upcoming episodes, send me an email at news@testguild.com. So that's it for this episode of the TestGuild News Show. I'm Joe, and my mission is to help you to succeed with creating end-to-end full stack automation awesomeness. As always, test everything and keep the good. Cheers.